Hi, everybody. Welcome to 30 Ways in 30 Days, Day 20. Today, I want to talk to you about intermittent fasting. Now, I can tell you this. I first heard about intermittent fasting through Dr. Joe Mercola probably about 8 years ago. And at first, I thought, I'm not sure I can do that. I grew up loving my breakfast. So just hold on a minute. Don't click off yet. But I gave it a try. And I have to tell you that my energy levels through the day improved greatly, and also about 12 to 15 pounds around the middle that I just could not get off, even with good exercise, came off over a period of just a few months. So it made a big difference for me, and I've been a fan of intermittent fasting ever since. Let's talk about some of the benefits, and then we'll get into exactly how you do it. The benefits of intermittent fasting, first of all, it improves your sensitivity to insulin and leptin. Now, insulin has to do with how you metabolize carbohydrates and whether or not you burn them for fuel or whether you store them around the middle as triglycerides in that spare tire thing that is so hard to move. Leptin has to do your feeling of being satiated, that is satisfied when you eat. If you do not have a good sensitivity to leptin, then you will often eat until you're full instead of eating until you're satiated. Ghrelin, that's the hunger hormone, that will also make you overeat. Another benefit to intermittent fasting is it helps you to shift into fat metabolism or be fat adapted. Now, what this means is that it is easier for you to burn off stored fat for fuel, especially during the night. Some of the other benefits to intermittent fasting, it decreases your triglyceride level. That's your belly fat, a lot of it. It also will decrease your risk of heart disease. It decreases inflammation and free radical damage. And we know now that all chronic disease at its core is inflammation. Also decrease your weight and decrease your metabolic disease risk. Pretty good things. Okay, so let's talk about how you do it. Here's how I recommend for most of my patients to try this. Let's say you have lunch at 12 o'clock. And then you can eat from 12 until dinner time. So we use what we call an 8 and 16 program. That is, you can eat for 8 hours during the day, and for 16 hours a day, you don't eat. Now, I would recommend that you probably put sleeping in that 16 hours because it does make it a lot easier. If you had lunch at noon, then you could have lunch, maybe a little snack in the afternoon, have your dinner in the evening, just as long as you're finished by about 8 o'clock. From 8 o'clock until noon the next day, you can take in liquids as long as they don't contain carbohydrates. So you could have some coffee, you could have some tea, something like that would be fine, but you do not want to eat anything, and you do not want to be putting things in your drinks that have carbs in them. So no sugar. Okay, if you want to use some coconut milk, something like that, that would be fine. Sometimes people have a little bit of problem making it through the morning in the beginning. And for those people, what I suggest is if you're having trouble getting to noon before you eat, then keep yourself a little bag of almonds or something with you, and you can have just a little snack, and it'll get easier as the days go by. But give this a try and see if it doesn't help. Again, I'm Dr. Glenn with 30 Ways in 30 Days, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Bye.